let me say this. And I understood his position and realized that he would have to lie, essentially, about his information in order to keep the job. This man published the lie and was accepted and is now a professor in one of the European universities. I published the truth, it wasn't accepted, and now I'm doing flowers.
While excavating a ravine near Puebla, Mexico, the late archaeologist Juan Armenta made a parallel discovery. He found a broken spear point embedded in the jawbone of a prehistoric animal, dating to 260,000 years ago.
At the time I was very young. Reporters were coming from all over the world to investigate my father's discovery. It was considered very important, not only for the town of Puebla, but for the whole country. But as soon as the first stories were published in Life, Time, and National Geographic magazines, the authorities claimed it was impossible that the artifacts could be so ancient. So they set out to discredit my father, and everything changed. It wasn't only that they questioned his honor. They forbid him to go to the site of the discovery and denied him the right to continue working in his field. They even went to the site with guns and tried to make the workers sign papers saying they planted the artifacts. But out of 60 men, only 3 of them signed the false confessions. It was very sad for my father, and I think it was the death of a very bright scientist.
Even in the scientific community, evidence that doesn't fit the accepted paradigm can get buried in layers of academic literature.
In doing our research, it was very interesting. What we did was we followed a trail of footnotes backwards into the literature. And we would find in a recent book maybe one footnote referring to a given body of evidence, and it would be very dismissive, just saying that this was some kind of nonsense. Then you go back and look up the references that that refers to. And then you find a somewhat more elaborate statement saying that this was nonsense. Then you go back to another layer, and you find perhaps a whole book, which is the authoritative dismissal of those findings. Then you go back to an even earlier layer, and you will find many different books, papers, and so forth, giving the positive evidence and presenting it in a very serious way.
You won't find these reports in